The first presidential debate is less than a week away. It could be make or break a moment for both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Our Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook joining us live with exactly how these two candidates are getting ready. Julia.
Well, in some ways, aides to President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump describe similar goals when it comes to next Thursday's presidential debate. Both candidates are hoping to prove that the other is unfit for office. And this is coming as they're both taking different strategies when it comes to debate preparation.
President Joe Biden is gathering with trusted aides at Camp David for several days of intense debate prep.
How is debate prep going?
His sessions are expected to evolve from informal discussions about topics, questions, and potential responses to more formal 90-minute mock debates.
Looking for Biden to give the same performance he did in the previous debates, but also to do what he did in the State of the Union, which is to surprise expectations.
Among those helping Biden get ready is the president's former chief of staff, Ron Klain, who has been working with Democratic candidates for decades. Former President Donald Trump's aides insist he will rely more on interviews and rallies to hone his approach.
I'm not underestimating him. I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater.
But he is leaning on some of his top contenders for vice president, including Senators J.D. Vance of Ohio and Marco Rubio of Florida, as well as policy experts and outside allies to help brief him.
I think the former president needs to practice with his team, particularly on how he may respond to some difficult questions, maybe about January 6th, maybe questions about some of the legal issues that he currently faces.
In recent weeks, Trump has participated in roughly a dozen of these private meetings his team refers to as policy discussions. The first debate is scheduled for June 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern in Atlanta.
Now, this is the first debate since 2020 featuring either Biden, who did not face a serious challenge for the Democratic nomination, or Trump, who skipped the debates scheduled during the primary season. Reporting live at the White House, Julia Benbrook, Wish TV.
You can watch the CNN presidential debate simulcast live right here on Wish TV. It is scheduled to begin at 9 o'clock next Thursday.